another episode here on the No Idea channel. We are coming to you live from the No Idea studio, and we are super excited for this podcast, and we would really encourage you, wherever you get your podcast from, whether it's Apple, whether it's Spotify, whatever it is, we'd love for you to subscribe. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel as well. It'd be awesome to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch this episode as well on our YouTube channels. And today we are super excited. We have a special guest sitting between Adam and I, this handsome man by the name of Joe Swanson. Joe Swanson is the owner of Gold Standard Outdoors, and so we're going to get into that here in a couple minutes. But first, we are super excited. We're going to do a summer recap of what happened this summer. We're going to talk about our whitetail hunting season updates as we're in the middle. We are in the best part of bow season right now. We're going to talk about hunt of a lifetime and then get into some nice ice fishing rods with Joe. So
a lot of people are going to be wondering why we're podcasting right now and not in the woods.
In the woods.
Got the south wind that I need.
I was in the woods this morning.
And
saw a nice, I saw a lot of 2 bucks. So, yeah, it was good.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
All right, so Aaron, back to your summer trip. You documented most of this trip that you had on YouTube, so make sure you go over and check out the YouTube channel, check it out. And you can see all the episodes from that trip. But Aaron, tell us a little bit about this big trip you took over to the west coast of the United States.
Yeah, so I took a sabbatical, a much-needed sabbatical this summer from church, which was good. And we have a Sprinter van, and the 5 of us, my wife and our 3 kids, we decided to take this 3.5-week road trip out west. And so we basically hit up 14 different states, over 7,000 miles, 12 different national parks. And of the 23 nights, we only paid for camping 3 nights. We boondocked everything. It was so awesome. I loved it. The kids were done after 2 weeks, but my wife and I wanted to keep going. So it was the greatest thing ever. We loved it.
How did that van smell after day 18 or 19?
Dude, it was bad. It was really bad.
Word is that you were the worst, though.
I was the worst. There was one night where we were just gonna boondock, and we decided no, we had to hit up. I cannot for the life of me stand KOA campgrounds. I think they're overpriced for what you get. Anyways, that's a topic for another podcast. So we decided, we splurged, we stayed at one just because I needed a shower. They're like, Dad, you need a shower. So, yeah.
It was awesome. But you came back all rejuvenated, ready to go, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was awesome. Our two highlights were, I think, it was Zion National Park, hiking the Narrows. That was awesome. And then for me, it was in the middle of nowhere. We boondocked one night. We literally, in the middle of Nevada, in the desert. We just pulled off the highway and we camped about 2 miles off the highway in the desert. We woke up. It was so cool. There were snakes. There was mountains around us. It was really awesome. So that was my 2 highlights of our trip.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we get back and we just finished up a pretty big campaign of ours. About a year and a half ago, we started our campaign for Hunt of a Lifetime. And Aaron, I wasn't able to get away from work, but you were able to go up and kind of put the bow and the finishing touches on our Hunt of a Lifetime campaign. Kind of fill us in about that.
You can watch the video here, but here's a picture of me handing Game Warden Jeremy Perry a check for $1,400 thanks to all of you viewers, subscribers who purchased one of our Hunt of a Lifetime t-shirts. We were able to reach our goal. We set the goal at $1,400. And we were able to deliver the check and allow them to continue on, or just really, they're going to be fine without our $1,400 because the core group of people that were there were just awesome. And so they had 2 youth come and hunt, and they were successful with a doe, a buck, and a bear. It was a really tough hunt, though, for the bear because the acorns were plentiful and the bear didn't have to move very much to eat. So it was awesome. And we just want to thank everybody who purchased a t-shirt. And we still have t-shirts left. You can go to noidea.tv and you can continue to purchase a t-shirt, and proceeds will still go to Hunt of a Lifetime. So we really, really appreciate everybody's support and buying that t-shirt. It was awesome. All right, so we are also in the midst of the best part of bow season right now. I've been getting out a lot. I had my opportunity. I had my chance. I had a 10-pointer. 10 yards from my stand, and I blew it because I was looking the other way. And by the time I noticed him, we were playing that peekaboo game. So it was a great opportunity. It's exciting to be in the woods right now. Adam, how much have you been in the woods?
Haven't gone a bit.
All right.
You know a lot of people, and you have, we've talked about this before. It's
Yes,
access. I
I
got to
know.
drive 2 hours to get to a spot I can hunt, and
Yeah.
you can drive 15 minutes.
Okay, but you're getting out this weekend.
Hoping to.
You are intentionally getting out.
Where we're located, we need a south wind, and everything south of us is all private land and the lake. So I need the wind to come from the south to push the scent north into the public land and hopefully draw something down. That's what happened last year. I had a day just like today where it was a little bit warmer and had a south wind and put the scent up, and he came charging in within a half hour, and just a big boy. It was the one that we had on our Spy Point Flex video review.
Yes.
He was the big boy on there, and I hit him in the neck and never got him. Joe, our neighbor up north, got him, but yeah, that was, so I haven't been out yet, but it is the rut, and that brings up the big rut debates. Everybody seems to be an expert about the rut. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of philosophies.
To me, it's just get out when you can get out. You can't shoot anything from your couch.
Yeah.
Ooh. Put that one down.
Write that one down.
Write that one down, yeah.
Do you have any big philosophies, Joe, on the rut? Or
I don't. I agree with them. Just hunt when you can, and I don't think there's a bad day to hunt in the rut. So.
That's it. The rut happens when it happens.
Do you get in with, like, for instance, we tried the hemp cotton rope, to create that artificial, like, licking kind of thing. Do you do mock scrapes? Do you do any scents?
I really should. I haven't got into that yet, but I put down doe and heat, but that's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
And successful with it?
I haven't had a lot of time with playing football the last 5 years, so I'm finally getting back into bow hunting this year, and it's a blast to be out in the woods. I love playing ball, but
You have a go-to scent? We're big into wags. Pretty big into wags. We've had some pretty good luck with that, and I think this weekend I'm going to take that up with me. Is there a particular brand or something you like?
there's not. I haven't found one that I've really played around with a ton, but
Cool.
So speaking of getting off of work to hunt this weekend, Adam, you're getting off of work for the gun deer season here in Wisconsin. This is like a first for you.
Hunting has always been a very big family tradition, and Dad kind of taught us everything that we know and don't know, and all those things. Going back to coffee cans with charcoal briquettes,
Yep.
learn that from Dad. I don't think that's the best way to, conceal yourself in the woods, but Dad's getting up there, and it's that opportunity to be able to just spend more time, help him out, help him be able to. Hopefully, he has a successful hunt. Last year, he had carpal tunnel so bad, but he's had surgery since then. That he can get out this year. So, I got a couple days off. Normally, I don't get that. Normally, I can only hunt about 3 or 4 days during the gun deer season, but this year will be a good 5 or 6 days total. So,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
a full
excited.
family affair.
Mom,
Your girls come up, my kids come up, mom's there.
that's
the
a
camp cook.
game changer.
Yeah.
That is an absolute game changer.
Mom's a camp cook. We're establishing our own traditions now in our, about a 6, 7, 8 year cabin that we've owned this thing?
Something like that.
Since 2015.
15.
Yep. So it's been awesome. Are you thinking about camp menu already? What's for dinner?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'd love some feedback from our
Yes.
listeners. If you got some comfort food, perfect camp food. I mean, we've had everything from shepherd's pie was a big hit.
Yep.
I mean, goulash is always a big hit, but eventually comfort foods do get a little. It's like by about Wednesday, I'm like, just a salad would be nice.
Yeah, so if you're listening and you want to share with us what your go-to deer camp dinner is and want to share it with us, we would that would be awesome. We could take a stab at it and maybe make it this year.
Yeah.
Do something live.
That'd be a ton of
from
fun.
the boneyard.
What other food? I mean, jerky's a must.
Yep, you gotta
we
do
do
jerky.
the chocolate covered raisins
Yep.
and chocolate covered peanuts. We always do a ton of that. But the jerky's always gone by noon on Saturday.
Yeah, especially with our kids now.
Yeah.
That's all they eat.
venison jerky or
Yep.
okay.
Typically
nice.
venison jerky, but when
we
we haven't
don't have deer.
when we haven't gotten a deer in a while, it's we kind of have to go and do something a little bit different. But
Take eye of the round and we'll shave it really thin and kind of make our own. And
Do you
sounds
have
like
a deer camp or?
Yeah, we got a cabin in Turtle Lake. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Turtle Lake, our producer's from there. Look at-
Really?
Yeah.
You're from Turtle Lake.
He's from Turtle Lake.
Wow, that's really cool.
He's
Small
a,
world.
He's a Laker.
Huh.
That is awesome. All right, so Joe Swanson, owner of, why don't you introduce your company? What is your company and what's it about? And yeah.
Yeah, so Gold Center Outdoors, my brother and I started off. We grew up in Osceola, Wisconsin, about an hour and a half from Eau Claire. And I started when I was about 8, 9 years old, and my brother was 12. And my neighbor was a school teacher, and he taught a class on how to build rods over in the cities. And like I said, I was 8, 9 years old, and I absolutely hated it. I could not stand it, and I was not good at it. I remember showing his son the first rod I ever built, and I held up the rod, and like half the guides fell off. So it was just not good. But over time, it's, a lot of friends and family started buying rods. I started, doing product testing for myself, and came to school here at Eau Claire and played football, so I didn't have a ton of time, but our season was canceled during COVID, and so all of a sudden had a ton of time on the hands, started posting more on social media, and next thing you know, it kind of took off, and everybody wanted to get outside during COVID, obviously, so it worked out really well, and just been grinding, just finally graduated and do that now, and it's been a blast.
Did you go to school for now that you're a small business owner, did you go to school for business?
Yeah, I went for marketing and sales,
Okay.
and then did a little bit of entrepreneurship as well. So.
Okay, Gold Standard Outdoors.
Yep.
Did you start off with making ice fishing rods, or was it freshwater, big rods? I see saltwater as well.
Yeah, we started off by making a lot of open water rods. We used to get seconds from St. Croix, so that was huge. Being 10, 12 years old, couldn't afford a factory first, a really nice, $50 to $100 blank. So we were getting some inexpensive blanks and started playing around with that, and then just worked our way up. But I didn't start building ice rods more than 10 per year until COVID, actually. And I was convinced by some customers. They said, yeah, you build some great open water rods. Why don't you build ice rods? And finally, I started doing it myself. And next thing you know, we've sold a couple hundred, 300, 400 by now. So it's been, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. And so tell us, you touched on a little bit of how you started with the blanks and all that kind of stuff, but your unique craftsmanship, is there something about the aspects of your rods other than just the tender loving care I'm sure you make them with, but what is the aspect of your rods that separate them, that you believe separates them from other poles?
Yeah, so a lot of companies claim to be custom out there nowadays. You can go to Shields or you can go to wherever and buy a quote unquote custom rod.
They slap custom over everything, don't they?
They do, yeah, exactly. So one thing that we really like to take pride in is truly being custom. For example, like an open water rod, if you're 6'4" or you're 5'6", you're not going to be using the same handle length, you're not going to be using the same, every single detail. So we like to tailor it to each individual customer, where you're going out and buying these rods from even some custom guys, like I said, and they don't do that exactly. So we like to tailor it to exact every customer.
Okay. So when people, if they get to your website, or if they're looking at this, you obviously have a custom aspect, but then you have some standardized rods that you can just go on and drop them in a cart and check them out and have them delivered. Is that type of thing, or?
Yeah. So we've sold. This is our biggest seller right here. This is called the Alpha Noodle, and everybody seems to love the red, white, and blue, obviously.
Yep.
This one glows in the dark. The handle does, the blank does, the white wraps here and here and here. These white wraps glow in the dark as well. So let's just say you do a lot of fishing after dark. If you want that tip to be white so it glows in the dark, you can have that glow in the dark. If you fish a lot during the day, you want to just have it a little bit more visual. You can have that red, you can have it half and half. There's just so many different options. So
Holy cow.
yeah.
I'm holding the Alpha Noodle.
Correct. Yep.
Right? And it's a 36-inch. So I'd be primarily fishing what with this?
Yeah, so I personally like a little bit longer rods just because you have a more control, but a lot of people we build 28, 32, and 36. So if you're fishing in a shack or a little more old school, a lot of people like 28 to 32, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I like a little bit more control, and I do fish outside a little bit. So this specific rod, this Alpha Noodle, is it's got a lot of backbone, but it's got an extremely sensitive tip. So it's my favorite panfish rod. I remember when I started building ice rods, I contacted the I can't think of the word right now. I contacted the owner of the blanks, and I said, hey, I'm looking to build a spring bobber rod. And he said, you're not going to want to build a spring bobber rod. You're going to want to try this out. And long story short, I haven't built a spring bobber rod since. It's just like a built-in spring bobber. So people use this for walleyes. I've actually targeted walleyes with this on Red Lake. You can use that as like a dyed stick rod. You know, the fish are finicky. Even
I'm already getting like the twitch. You know? Do you hold it like this?
I do.
Yep. See everybody hold them on the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sweet. So you got, let's see here. I want to share with people. If you go to goldstandardoutdoors.com, there you'll find everything that you need to know, and you can order up custom built ice rods. You can also open water rods as well. But I love the coolest thing is the name of the poles.
That was what I wanted to ask.
So we got the
Alpha Noodle?
We got the Alpha Noodle. We got the Gill Getter.
Yep.
The Gill Getter. I love that one. The Perch Popper, the Walleye Reaper, and the Whippersnapper. So do you pay somebody to name them for you?
I just gotta ask around and brainstorm. And one time, so the Whippersnapper is a rod we're releasing here. Actually, it's technically not even released, so it'll be coming out in the next week or two. But anyways, I just kind of asked the customer, and I said, "Hey, I'm looking to build a thinner version of this Alpha Noodle. I love the Alpha Noodle, but some people are asking for a little bit lighter." And they said, "How about the Whippersnapper?" And that's what my brother and I used to call each other when we were young. So we went with the Whippersnapper. Speaking of my brother, he is part of the business. He's we own the business 50-50.
Shout out, what's his name?
Ben.
Ben, okay. Okay, Ben Swanson as well. Shout out to Ben. Well, man. So what's your top seller? Is it open water? Is it ice fishing?
Since we started building ice rods, like I said, the Alpha Noodle has been a huge seller. I don't have one in front of me right now, but we have the Perch Popper, which is a medium light, and that's a great Red Lake walleye rod, and then as well as the Walleye Reaper. Those are our primary rods that we sell, and then I've kind of sneak peeked the Whippersnapper last ice season a little bit, and everybody that's tried it out just says they absolutely love it. So,
what do you? The only way to get these is through your website?
Yep, we're in one bait shop right now just south of Mille Lacs. It's called Prince Bait and Marine, and then we're just focusing a lot on online. We can, like you said earlier, you can customize a rod on the website. So everything, this rod has 3 different wrapped colors. You can do any 3 different color combinations you want. You can do probably a dozen different blank colors, handle types. We do full grips as well. So there's really kind of endless possibilities.
And that all goes for open water rods too. I mean, you have saltwater rods too. I mean, you sell it all?
Yeah, we do some inshore rods as well. My brother is in the Air Force, and he just moved from Georgia, and so he was getting some coast fishermen, and they wanted redfish and trout rods and things like that. So we do build some light saltwater rods as well, but we primarily focus on open water rods and ice rods, and we build musky rods, fly rods. Try to stay as custom as it gets.
Yeah. What's your busy season? I mean, you said ice fishing, but is everybody ordering now? It's in the 20s now at night, and I've noticed some ice being made and so forth. But is winter just crazy chaotic for you, or what?
People like to wait until there's actually ice on the lake. They're like, they want a rod, but they just decide to wait. So sometimes it's frustrating, but yeah.
And then they want it now.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you want a rod from Gold Standard Outdoors,
Do it now. Because
be nice to Joe.
I only ask because are you able to get out and enjoy the sport?
I am. Yeah, we've got a Red Lake trip that we got planned that I'm really looking forward to. And like I said, my cabin's in Turtle Lake. For a deer season, I bring up the rod wrappers and the blanks, and I build rods when I'm not out in the deer stand. And so you got to do what you got to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did if someone would have told you 10 years ago that this is what you would be doing, What would you have told them?
No, I remember in college thinking I do not want to build rods. I mean, I really enjoy building the rods, but I didn't realize how much fun it would be in meeting guys like you. And I don't know, there's just so many different doors that were open. So
Yeah. Well, we have no idea what we're doing. So
Yeah, I can learn a lot because I just go and like farm and fleet, and it's like, oh, that one
Yeah,
looks cool. That one's pretty.
I saw your Barbie rod you're using. that one.
yeah, Barbie rod and a nice bass. But I already have an idea for this winter. I think I'm gonna order up a custom one, and then we can review
Yeah,
it on the ice.
absolutely.
Boom! That'd be cool.
Yeah. So what little side topic of it though? You guys don't do reels or anything like that, but do you have a preference in a reel
Yeah,
or something that pairs well with your?
Yeah, there. I used to.
Wine.
What's that?
Cheese and wine. What
Yeah.
pairs well with your rods?
I used to love Fluger. I think it was the Purist. It was it was kind of a white or tan and red, and it really looked well with matched nicely with this rod. I think they stopped making those. I've been a huge fan of the Pissy Fun reels. Have you guys heard of those
Yep,
before? Okay.
yep.
Yeah, they're for the price.
I just like saying it. Pissy fun.
And I've been told we're saying it wrong. I got a buddy that's done some work with them. So
I don't care.
yeah,
That's why I bought it.
yeah, you have one. Huh?
I do have one,
Okay.
but it's not like their high end one because they
Okay.
make some really nice ones.
They do. Yeah, yeah.
But I see, Adam, they also have custom fly rods. There's even some fly rods on here.
Do you fly fish?
We say we do, but it's been 15 years since I have.
Okay.
But that was, you talk about traditions or memories of family and fishing. That was Dad on Nelson Lake in our little
Yeah.
boat, our little
Yep.
tri-hull fiberglass boat, and he'd be smoking Swisher Sweets and fly fishing and
Three
just
of
catching
us.
crappies left and right.
What what's your warranty on these?
So with our ice rods, knock on wood, but we have not had like any problems with them. They're extremely durable. The one thing that can go wrong is, if you leave it in your rod case bent a lot, or you throw it in a bucket, it's not going to be perfect when you pick it up. But if you take good care of these things should last a lifetime. So
Nice. And what? How long does it take to make one?
I try to kick out 10, 20 at a time in terms of we start with gluing on the handles, and then these fancy winding checks that are 3D printed. So I try to glue up 10, 20 handles at a time. That takes about 15, 20 minutes per handle. I wrap, try to do one day where I just wrap all rods and then you epoxy it, and I put 2 coats of epoxy. So to answer your question, probably 2-3 hours per ice rod.
Per rod.
Yeah.
You have 3 hours in that thing. about.
Yeah, it depends on how many rods I've done that day, but
So it's easier to, when you get set up, it's easier to pump out more.
yep.
Gotcha.
So what does your wife think? Is she a big ice fishing person?
I'm getting her into it. Yeah, yeah. She's not a fan of the cold, but I think
Adam, what else you got?
I don't think I have anything else. I'd love to go out fishing with you sometime, Joe.
I was thinking about that on the way here. I'd love to bring you guys up fishing. And
Our biggest thing is finding fish.
Yeah, we just
We're
don't
not
know
the
where
best.
I don't have a nice boat, but I know how to catch fish. So
Yeah, or just ice fishing. Like,
True,
We
yeah.
just kind of there's a bunch of huts over there. Let's just go over there.
yeah,
So
to go. And we don't really have, if summer open water fishing is 5 people on a pontoon with bobbers or wacky rigs.
yeah,
Shout out to Brayton.
Braden.
That was fun
Backcountry
though.
Braden.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a ton of fun catching all those bass.
I saw that video. That was a fun one.
Well, thanks again. Again, it's Gold Standard Outdoors, and you can go to goldstandardoutdoors.com. As he said, get your orders in now. It's already cold. Ice is right around the corner, so if you want to have that rod ready to go, order now. He's a busy guy, very busy guy. So thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very
hanging
much
out
for
with
having
us.
me. It
This
was
is
a lot of
really
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
Just how 3 hours per rod.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. It is.
It better be fun.
I was gonna say,
Something I usually like to tell people is I don't, mass produce rods. I like to be as custom as it gets. So that's what keeps me sane. If I was building, 100 red, white, and blue rods, I would probably go crazy.
You'd go crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But thanks again for having me on.
Yeah.
Where else? I mean, you have the website that we've plugged. Are you on Facebook, Instagram,
We are.
YouTube?
Yeah. We're just getting the YouTube channel rolling, but we're on Instagram. That's where we do a lot of our posting along with Facebook. And then we're on TikTok as well. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's cool.
So you go check them out on all those socials. Again, thanks for being on. This was an episode that's been long in the making because we haven't done anything since Bimbo.
No. We're going to try. Life is happening, like kids, work, life gets in the way, but we're going to try to do this a lot more. We got some ideas. We got some things coming up. We're hoping to go live from our deer camp. We'd love to do that, give everybody a grand tour of the Boneyard Lodge. To see, just to see where the fun happens, where our kids just think it's the most magical place on earth.
They do.
They think it's awesome.
Special.
You got a little toy, not a toy, excuse me. You got a little, you're big into smoking and smokers and pellet grills. Oh, I mean, not pellet grills, but you went out for your 40th birthday. You turned 40 and you bought a pizza oven.
Yeah.
Not just any old pizza oven.
The Uni Carew 16.
Yeah.
True wood-fired and charcoal-fired.
Yep. So we're going to fire that up, do a review.
I got it pretty dialed in.
We should do one up at the deer camp.
So I'm thinking.
That would be cool. We got some. This has been a topic of tension between my brother and I. I've become very addicted to First Light gear, and my brother is a Carhartt guy. So he's been giving me crap
Dickies.
about it. But
Dickies.
Dickies.
It's just
yeah,
Dickies.
Dickies. So we got some First Light reviews. I've ordered some clothing to come. I paid for it too, so it'll be an honest review. And then Adam, for whatever reason, is just you are obnoxiously excited.
I'm more excited this year about ice fishing than I am deer hunting, bow or rifle.
Okay.
I'm just excited.
Yeah. So we hope to get out on the ice and do some episodes as well.
Let's go fishing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's go fishing. So again, thanks everybody for watching. It's been awesome. Again, if you haven't already, we'd love for you to subscribe to our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. It helps us out so much. And if you learned something today and enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up as well. Thanks again to Joe Swanson and the Gold Standard Outdoors. All right. Okay.
Good talk.
Thank you, guys.
Look at Let's do it again. Ready? You say, see you out there. Okay.
We'll see you out there.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Good talk.
We'll see you out there.
There we go.
No idea.